Sound check, testing, mic check, Riza. The news day continues here on One News Now. I'm Riza Diaz. NTF advisor Dr. Ted Herbosa believes that NCR Plus bubble may be placed under a modified general community quarantine or MGCQ after June 15. Speaking to Sa Totoo Lang, Herbosa said this is based on his prediction of the current trend in the metro. He lauded the vaccination efforts of LGUs and said that the country is on its way to open once more. Herbosa also added that this downward trend is due to the public's observance of minimum health standards and realizations of what works in over a year of fighting the coronavirus.
I'm trying to predict the trend. Baka mukhang i-MGCQ na tayo after June 15. Sana magbilang Angela ko. But ayokong paunahan yung... Ang thinking ko dito, ganito, no? Natututunan na natin, the people are beginning to learn what works and what doesn't work. So alam natin na dapat magpabakuna. Alam natin mag-avoid tayo sa matataong lugar. Less mobility if we stay home more often, less chances for the virus to transmit. So kung susundin natin yun, yung kaalaman natin na natutunan natin over 1 year of fighting COVID, I think we can maintain yung kagaya nung nangyari doon sa sa last year, di ba? After August, September, October, November, December, January, February, okay tayo.
Mayor Francis Zamora claims that San Juan City is expected to reach herd immunity in just a few months. Zamora told One News that over 33,000 residents of San Juan City, or 40% of their target population, have already been vaccinated. The LGU has also started inoculating members of the A4 priority group.
We are now vaccinating between 2,500 up to 3,000 a day using both sites, and given those numbers, I believe we will be able to reach herd immunity in probably just a few months.
Zamora also said that San Juan City never experienced a vaccine wastage because of their first-in, first-out policy. The San Juan City mayor adds that they have always administered the jabs to residents as soon as they get hold of the supply and meet the deadline of the health department.
We don't have any problem with that because we implement a first-in, first-out policy. We make sure that we do not waste any single vaccine. So we really monitor the vaccines that we use, and whatever has a longer shelf life, we use after those that will be expiring ahead.
Motorists can now access the Santa Monica-Lawton Bridge across Pasig River starting today. This bridge also serves as a major component of the BGC-Ortigas Center Link Road project. Now, the project eyes to decongest traffic on EDSA and C5 and improve accessibility within the central business districts of Metro Manila, resulting in an estimated 20% reduction in vehicle volume on EDSA. Now, this is a part of the government's decongestion program, which involves 14 roads and expressways spanning over 121,000 meters, amounting to 180 billion pesos, and 11 bridges worth 42 billion pesos spanning over 9,000 meters. This project aims to decongest EDSA and other major roads in Metro Manila by as much as 55,000 vehicles per day. Stakeholders are now calling on the UK government to lift travel restrictions for fully vaccinated individuals. Let's watch this.
The Indian variant is not taking control. 70 to 80% of the UK population has been vaccinated. Yes, there has been a small rise in case numbers, but off a very low base. There has not yet been any dramatic increase in hospitalizations or serious illnesses or, thankfully, morbidity. And there's no evidence yet that there will be because of the widespread success of the vaccine program in the UK and also across the rest of Europe. Remember, over the next 2 months, as we move through June and July, you're moving to a situation whereby vaccines will essentially be available on demand in the UK. They're now beginning to look at vaccinating children under the age of 18. Europe is catching up. We will have at least about 70% of the adult population of Europe will have their first dose vaccine by the end of June. Close to 70, 80% will be second dose by the end of July. So there is no evidence thus far. While there's a small increase in case numbers due to the Indian variant, there is no increase in hospitalization, serious illness or morbidity, and that's what we need to be managing. We are seeing a surge back of bookings and volumes into July, August. The only two markets that are kind of falling behind that in the last week or 2 weeks has been UK outbound and Irish outbound, where, let's face it, in Ireland we're managing to even more spectacularly mismanage the reopening. Again, we're all hugely vaccinated, but we're not allowed to travel. I mean, I find myself in this bizarre situation. I want to go to London next week for a press event. I'm doubly vaccinated. I can travel freely to the UK, but when I want to come back into Ireland, despite the fact there's a common travel area, I have to get a negative PCR test to come back into Ireland, despite the fact that I'm fully vaccinated. Now, if someone could explain what the public health basis for that utter rubbish is, I'd be delighted to hear it.
We'll be back with more stories after the break. Keep it here on One News. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Riza Diaz. Beach resorts in Masbate are struggling to keep afloat due to the lack of tourists visiting the province. Jenny Dongon with the story.
White sand and crystal clear water await travelers in several beach resorts in Masbate. The province has been open to local tourists since March, but arrivals are still low.
Before the pandemic, let us simplify it. We have 10. Assuming 10 guests. Nagka-pandemic, di ba, halos naging zero because you cannot just go around, di ba? So there is an enhanced community quarantine, di ba, being imposed. So with this opening up of tourism, we are now back at 5 and 6. So ganun.
The province of Masbate is working double time to promote its local tourism in a bid to bounce back from losses to the pandemic. However, Masbate City, for one, cannot push through with its annual Rodeo Masbateño event just yet. The income-generating event has been cancelled for the second straight year.
Foreign tourists from other provinces, from cities and other provinces. At saka dito pa lang sa Masbate, that is around 40, 50, 60,000. Punong-puno po ang kalsada namin dito sa Masbate. Pati mga hotels. Ngayon, diret muna tayo sa gathering.
Resort owners also have their fair share of the ordeal.
Before, punuan ito. Nag-ano pa kami ng tent dito sa gitna para may upuan ang tao. Nang nag-pandemic, hindi na katulad sa dati.
The province of Masbate has recorded 0 new cases of COVID-19 as of June 9 based on record from DOH Bicol. To keep it that way, the provincial government and local establishments are urging visitors to secure negative RT-PCR results before traveling to the province. Meanwhile, local officials are in close coordination with government troops to ensure the safety of tourists following the landmine blast that killed FEU football player Keith Absalon and his cousin Melvin. For News 5, Jenny Dongon, We Are One News.
Filipinos showcase their wit and creativity once again with RP612 memes on Twitter as netizens mark the country's 123rd Independence Day. Twitter user Benedicto Welmar posted this video saying that it is a footage of brave Katipuneros who are on their way to fight the Spaniards. Now, another video of 2 children fighting was posted on social media, which was said to be Crispin and Basilio fighting on the day they were accused of stealing gold pieces. Now, a rare picture of the only surviving Katipunera was seen smiling for the camera after killing all the Spaniards in Cavite, also made the rounds online. Now, of course, all of these are just for laughs and purely fictional. RP612 memes go viral year after year as Filipinos connect to the past and the present through the use of popular references and memes. And in some light news, Manila City Mayor Isko Moreno was picked to play as Andres Bonifacio in a period movie directed by Eric Mati. Mati said they handpicked Moreno to portray Bonifacio in a legacy film project under Regal management. The creators of the movie explained that they chose Moreno because of the parallels in the lives of the mayor and the Filipino hero. They also said that the two have a physical resemblance and both are theater actors who hailed from Tondo, Manila. Just like Moreno, Bonifacio's father, Santiago, was a former Manila mayor. And those are the top stories of the hour. Join us later at 2:15 in the afternoon as we continue to monitor the day's biggest stories. You can also catch One News on Signal Play app. Register for a free account now at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. I'm Riza Diaz. Mask on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. We are One News.